the reason why I'm buying Zilliqa's native token called ZIL over Ethereum is very simple. It's because I like it a lot better. And also on top of that, I think it has a lot more room to grow. Now, of course, nothing I say is financial advice nor a guarantee, but let's take this into consideration. If let's say ZIL were to go to the price of $1, considering its current circulating supply, at that point, market cap would be around $19 billion. Now, that's around a 70x from here. It's actually not that bad. We've seen SHIB, by the way, reach around 40 billion. We've seen Doge reach over 80 billion. So around 19 billion isn't really too crazy. But even besides that, if let's say on the flip side, Ethereum were to do a 70x from here, at that point, the price would be around $170,000, and market cap, considering current circulating supply, would be around $20 trillion. Now, you have to take this into consideration. The GDP of Canada back in 2022 was around $2 trillion. So is this like realistic for Ethereum to reach during this bull run? No, I don't think so. I mean, come on, right? Do I think that Ethereum could go to like the price of $10,000 to $12,000 maybe? Yeah, around that range is hypothetically realistic during this bull run. But reaching, over like 100,000, in this case, around 170,000. Nah, that's just impossible, especially during this bull run. That's just way too unrealistic. If I could only put all my eggs into one basket, hands down, I'm choosing something like ZIL because, again, I'm in the world of cryptocurrencies to get hypothetical gains here. I'm not looking for dinosaurs. Even if we tone things down a bit, let's say who's more likely to do like a 30x, let's say, during this bull run. Hands down, it's still ZIL. Again, I don't think ETH could do like a 30x, again, during this bull run. I don't think that's even a possibility. Now, even beyond that, when we take a look at Zilliqa, it's not all just show, because some people like to say that, oh, wow, it's all flash, it's trash. But nah, I disagree, because if you take a look at Zilliqa, it's actually allegedly the world's first ever sharding-based blockchain, which some people may think is like, kind of a bad thing. They're like, oh man, it's not great. But no, I disagree, because you take a look at, through sharding, the network is actually split into multiple sections known as shards, and workload on the network is distributed amongst these different shards. Now, as a result of that, of course, Zilliqa does benefit from amazing qualities, like amazing scalability, and just overall, just very fantastic. So yeah, that's amazing. Now, also, some people may argue that, oh wow, when it comes to, Zilliqa, it's not the only one using sharding technology. But is that necessarily a bad thing? It's like, for instance, is Ethereum the only one that's like a layer 1 blockchain? No, right? I mean, there's many layer 1 blockchains out there. So does that mean like blockchains are bad? No, I don't think so. So I think when people say that, oh wow, if it's not the only one using sharding technology, that means it's not great. No, I disagree. If anything, the fact that, some out there use sharding technology, I think that indicates that it's good because, projects don't want to use something that's bad. Of course, naturally, that won't be the case. But even besides that, what really excites me about Zilliqa is that, there's something called Zilliqa 2.0. Now, some people out there, they think that this is gimmicky, but no, because I think that there's a lot of benefits through Zilliqa 2.0. For instance, right? It's even been noted that the state of the network is divided into interconnected application-specific shards called X shards. Again, this is Zilliqa 2.0, which can be customized to suit the needs of the apps built on them. Now, just a bunch of, words basically, but I think what we can take away from it is that Zilliqa 2.0 is just awesome. Now, also not to mention, right, through Zilliqa 2.0, it's EVM compatible, meaning that it's Ethereum virtual machine compatible. Now, some people might say, hey, didn't you just mention earlier that you don't want to choose Ethereum? Now, here's the thing. I don't want to choose Ethereum personally as an investment. However, I still think that being EVM compatible is fantastic nonetheless because Ethereum does have an amazing ecosystem, right? Has a lot of fans, a lot of hype. So naturally, of course, this is going to be amazing. Even though personally, again, I don't want to buy any Ethereum, but I still think this is a good addition to Zilliqa 2.0 nonetheless. But even besides that, Zilliqa 2.0 is also now lightning fast. Not that it was like slow before, but it's just a lot better in my opinion. For instance, the root mainnet shard will now feature average block times of as low as 2 seconds, which is insane. The way you take a look at Zilliqa 2.0 is that it's basically like a makeover. Zilliqa originally, it felt like Sizzler. Now Zilliqa 2.0 feels like Ruth's Chris. There's nothing wrong with Sizzler. I love Sizzler, but Ruth's Chris just feels like a step above. You know what I mean? It's like upgrading from a Toyota to a Lexus, if that makes sense. It's not like the previous one was bad or anything like that, but again, it's still an upgrade nonetheless, if that makes sense. But even besides that, some people like to say that Zilliqa has, bad adoption. But no, I think this couldn't be farther from the truth because, for instance, There's currently over 100 projects on Zilliqa already. So yeah, that's a true testament as to how special they are. People don't want to choose something, right? Or should I say developers, if it's bad, right? In order for someone to choose something, they have to trust it, they have to believe in it. So the fact that, again, over 100 projects, again, on Zilliqa, that's amazing in my opinion. That shows that a lot of people believe in it, and it shows how it's not bad by any means. Now, also, let's take this into consideration. On its ecosystem, we'll find many amazing projects related to DeFi, NFTs, and as well as blockchain gaming. This is very impressive in my opinion because you take a look at both the DeFi and NFT market. And by the way, everything I'm going to say, for the predictions is based according to Grandview Research. But even besides that, they predict that, again, the DeFi and NFT market, each individually are going to be worth over $200 billion by 2030. So that's over $400 billion combined. They also predict that blockchain gaming by that year as well, 2030, is expected to have a market size of over $300 billion. So yeah, seeing these amazing projects focus on the right markets, quite essentially on Zilliqa, I think is a great sign because naturally, as these markets do grow, I think it's only fair to assume that Zilliqa is just going to go along with the ride as well. And not to mention, when it comes to ZIL, right, its native token, it's listed in a bunch of major exchanges. So it's not like exposure is bad or anything like that. So anyway, take a look at it. I think it's really a no-brainer pick for me. If I could only have one shot, quite essentially, if I could only put all my eggs into one basket during this bull run, I'm going to choose ZIL over Ethereum any day of the week. I mean, come on, ETH, it was great like years ago, but now I'm looking for the next big thing, so to speak. I'm not looking for the big thing, if that makes sense. I'm looking for the up-and-coming one, again. But even besides that, some influencers out there like to say that they go all in on Ethereum and stuff like this, but if they have like millions of dollars, okay, I can get that in a sense because like a 4x, like a 3x, that's going to be great, Imagine if someone like put $3 million as like a 4x, then they're all partying at that time, right? But yeah, if let's say hypothetically someone has like way less, is it really like logical? Personally, in my opinion, I wouldn't want to go all in on Ethereum. Even if let's say I was given like $10 million, I still wouldn't put any into Ethereum. I mean, come on. I'm in the world of cryptocurrencies to look for potential gains. I'm not looking for like dinosaurs again, right? And it's not like this bull run is going to be bad. There's over 600 million crypto owners. There's a lot of institutional adoption. You also take a look at the Ethereum ETF, the Bitcoin ETF. I think that this bull run is poised for great heights. Bitcoin, I could very well see it hypothetically go into the price of $150,000 during this bull run. Really, with all those amazing factors taken into consideration, I really don't see why not. Now, even despite all that, right, some people like to think that, oh yeah, but Zilliqa doesn't have a bright future. No, I disagree because I think as altcoins do rise, right, as Bitcoin does reach new all-time highs, I think something like ZIL, it's going to go along with the ride. So I really can't wait. But of course, my strategy is going to stay the same. It's just dollar cost averaging. So anytime I earn income, I'm just acquiring, I'm just holding, and I'm just waiting. That's it. I'm not a day trader. I don't use leverage. I don't swing trade. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to keep things simple through dollar cost averaging. And we might not even wait that much longer because if you actually think about it, as a worst case scenario, altcoins, they've been known to peak based off of history around a year and a half after a Bitcoin halving event. Now, we're already 6 months removed from the Bitcoin halving event, by the way. So basically, based off of history, that would mean October of next year. So just a year, basically, from right now, around that time, as a worst case. Now, granted, it could happen sooner, absolutely. But again, that's a worst case scenario. So anyway, take a look at it. It's actually not that far longer. All I got to do really is just stay patient as of right now, acquire, hold, and just wait because I think better days are ahead. And once, Bitcoin really does wake up in a massive way, once altcoin season really kicks into fifth gear, I think the sky's the limit. And again, ZIL at the price of $1, that wouldn't surprise me whatsoever. And I think it's just a much better pick for me, personally speaking, over something like Ethereum, even though that's not financial advice. And make sure to subscribe if you gain value from this video. I greatly appreciate it. It's Will Lee the Captain, and I'll catch y'all on the next one. I'm out. Peace. Bye.